So let's dive into the first one of the primary models, which is co-hosting. Overview of co-hosting. So co-hosting involves collaborating with a property manager or owner to manage their Airbnb listing. Essentially, you're assisting them in hosting the property. This may include guest communications, check-ins and check-outs, and organizing the cleaning and maintenance, for example. But the primary Airbnb account remains under their control. Pros of co-hosting. There are several advantages to choosing the co-hosting route. Easy entry. It's relatively easy to get started as a co-host, as you can handle part of the day-to-day operations for the primary host, so they can focus on the other aspects. Limited responsibility. Typically, you only handle a specific portion of the business operations for the property owner, and the primary host is responsible for everything else. Flexibility. Co-hosting can actually be done part-time, allowing you to manage your other commitments simultaneously, normally while working a part-time or full-time job. Cons of co-hosting. However, there are also drawbacks to consider. Limited income potential. Co-hosts generally make a maximum of around 10% to 15% of the booking revenue, depending on their level of involvement. If you co-host for larger companies, it can be as low as 3 to 5% if you're given a larger portfolio from them to manage as their on-site contact. Micromanaging. Since you're working under the primary account holder, they have access to monitor all of your actions and communications, which will often, I would almost say 100%, lead to micromanagement. Security concerns. Because you don't own the Airbnb profile, your position as a co-host is vulnerable. The property owner can easily remove you if they choose to. Scaling. As with the above point, you're working under the primary host, which means they can pull the property from you at any time. This will make it very hard to scale your business and generate predictable income. Also, if for example you have 10 different co-hosted properties with different owners, you'll also likely have to actively manage those 10 relationships on top of running the Airbnbs. This at scale will become very difficult. Difficult to sell. You can't really resell your portfolio as a business asset because you don't actually own any of the Airbnb profiles, and because the primary relationships may be owned by a larger management company, it's much more difficult to sell the business to someone. In conclusion, co-hosting offers an accessible entry point into the short-term rental management industry with reduced responsibilities and a lot of flexibility. However, it's important to weigh these benefits against potential limitations, such as income restraints and lack of control over the Airbnb account.